Guys, today is the heaviest that I have seen all bulk so far. 194, baby. So right now, I'm actually eating my second meal of the day. This is sweet potatoes and ground beef. It is 55 grams of carbs from the sweet potatoes and 500 calories of ground beef, 56 grams of protein. Altogether, I think it's about 725 calories. I will be having one more meal before the gym, and that is 2 meatballs and about 2 cups of rice. So I'm going to have a good amount of carbs in me for chest day. So guys, I did legs 2 days ago, and my legs are more sore than they've been from the day I did it. I absolutely murdered my legs. Even though it was a hamstring focused leg day, I still did a good amount of sets of leg pressing for quads. I'm going to get into it when you guys see the clips. But, so like I said, it was hamstring focused leg day. And guys, realistically, for hamstrings, there's not too many options. Honestly, there's only 3 or 4 options in every single gym or really every workout you can do for hamstrings. Except there's something, I forgot what it's called, but there's something where somebody holds down your legs, holds you from your heels, and you slowly go down from that kneeled position, and that works your hamstrings in a eccentric way because you're trying to hold the force from going down. That is another workout you can do for hamstrings. Very weird. I wouldn't recommend it. But basically for hamstrings, you can do lying leg curls, seated leg curls, single leg curls, or RDLs. So there's not many options. And what I started with this leg day was lying hamstring curls. I warmed up into the weight, and then I did my first set at a lighter weight. But basically, I ended up staying at these hamstring curls for 5 sets. The heaviest I went, I was getting 8 or 9 reps, but I was drop setting it there. And with the drop sets, I would make sure I was getting a good squeeze at the top, going nice and slow. Guys, after the 5th set, my hamstrings were already starting to get pumped. I felt them. And what I went to next was single leg hamstring curls. Single leg curls, one leg at a time. For this specific workout, I was doing a weird style. I was doing 5x5s to start, and then once I did 5 in my weak side and then 5 in my strong side, I did 10 and 10. 10 from my weak side, then 10 to my stronger side. And guys, at that point, I had to get assisted reps, so I was going past failure. That's why I chose the 10 rep mark. And I actually ended up finishing the hamstrings there. I just did 5 more sets there, so that would equal 10 sets of hamstrings. My hamstrings were pretty cooked at this point from the lying leg curls, so I wasn't going at a too heavy weight, but it was decently heavy for single leg curls. And then to finish off for the last 2 sets, I did a really light squeezing set. And for the last few sets, since it was a finisher, I just went to failure for both sides. I got 26 reps for my left side, and then on my right side, I just matched it. But guys, at that point, my hamstrings were fully cooked, and the reason why I like to do hamstrings first, one, because doing a workout after quads is unrealistic. That just means that you didn't go hard enough in quads. If you can work out a muscle after you do your quads, because you should be absolutely cooked after working out quads. And another reason why hamstrings first is beneficial is because it warms you up for the pressing or squatting, whatever you want to do for your quads. And normally what I like to start with is leg extensions, just to get it kicked off for quads, get my knees warmed up, my quads warmed up. But what I did warm up with leg extensions. I did a few sets of light squeezing for warm up, and then I started doing this beautiful superset where I go from leg extensions right to leg press, no break, back and forth. And guys, ever since I started doing this superset, I really noticed the importance of volume for me specifically. For my legs to grow, it requires volume, not too heavy weight, and basically a lot of volume. Good reps, good form, all the way down, all the way up as far as you can go on a leg press, because you're not supposed to lock out your knees. But I highly recommend you guys try the superset. So basically, start with leg extensions, go to failure, go until you can barely move it anymore, and then right away, you jump right into leg press. Now, not at a light weight where you can just like throw it around, but at a nice weight exposure where it is still difficult, where it starts to get really challenging after like the 4th or 5th rep. So this is actually the heaviest I went with the superset. I went with 3 plates for the leg press with the superset, and I was only able to get like 12 reps. And then for the second set of the superset, I stuck with the 3 plates and I was only able to get 11 sets, so it went down at that point. And guys, then I decided to drop the weight. Now, with these supersets, my quads get stimulated very fast and they get fatigued like this, because a superset back and forth with these kind of workouts is very challenging. So that's why I started to drop the weight. And with the 2 plates and a 25, guys, my quads, I'm not even lying, they were already pumped. They were already probably like 85% pumped because of the superset. And I was only able to get 10 reps or 9. I cannot remember. I know it was 9 or 10. And then for the last set, I even lowered the weight on the leg extension, and I just went to failure with that. And then I even lowered the weight again on the leg press. I finished off with 2 plates, and man, absolutely felt like my legs were going to fall off my body. I was absolutely pushing them to the max. 2 plates is relatively light, you would think, but I highly recommend you try out the superset and tell me what you think, okay? So that will make 4 sets of quads in so far. Then I looked over to my friend. I said, hey, you know what we're going to do next? Hack squats. Let's get it. And guys, if you know about hack squats, you know the brutality of them. You know how challenging they can be, especially if you're doing the form right, going all the way down, because hack squats are no joke, man. So what I decided to do was I started at 1 plate and said, let me warm up into this, and then I will see if I can add more weight after the set. So I just started with 1 plate for the first set. I got like 16 reps, I think. Then I said, all right, I have to up the weight, as much as I didn't want to, because my legs were demolished at this point. Absolutely killed. What I did was I raised the weight, okay? So I went to 2 plates. Normally, that's what I start with, 2 plates on these kind of hack squats for my normal sets before I even do quad stimulation. Say if I first start off with hack squat, I'll normally start with 2 plates, but now as this bulk's progressing, I know I can go heavier. With the second set, I ended up getting 8 reps with 2 plates, and then I did a drop set to a plate and I just burned it out there. I got another like 6 reps, so very high volume for these hack squats too. And then after that, guys, believe it or not, we called it. So that would only make 6 sets of quads, and my quads were, they felt like somebody lit a TNT and put them in between my hamstring and my quad muscles. That's how my legs felt. Right now, guys, my legs are absolutely so sore, I can't even tell you. Yesterday, I even went skiing, but luckily the soreness of my legs did not affect the skiing. I guess because I was so focused and I was like so worried about not falling and doing it right. This is exactly how legs should feel after every leg workout, because I say it all the time, but I will say it again, because quads and hamstrings are the biggest muscles in your body, and hamstrings recover fast. Like after doing a hamstring set, you can go right back into the set like a minute later, a minute and 30 seconds later. But for quads, it can be anywhere from like 3 to 6 minute breaks, because quads are just that much bigger, okay? And they just require that much more force. If your legs are not sore, let's start with 3 days. 3 days after the leg workout, I would say that you can push your legs a little bit harder, a little bit harder. If your legs are not sore 2 days after a leg workout, that means if there was a scale from 1 to 10, you went to like a 6 on the challenging scale. And say if your legs are not sore the day after your leg workout, that would mean that on the scale from 1 to 10, you push your legs at like a 2 or 3. So make sure you're putting a lot of stimulus on your legs, because that's the only way they're going to grow. But that will be it for this video, guys. 194 pounds, the heaviest I saw on this bulk, and man, was I happy. But see you guys in the next one for full chest day.